This device in my hand is one of the most amazing pieces of technology we have witnessed in our lifetimes. We have endless information and communication at the tips of our fingers, but yet something so amazing can cause so many issues, specifically in schools. Schools have created zero tolerance policies on cell phones, and I believe it's an unnecessary action and that there are better solutions to a problem. So today I will be talking to you about why cell phones are a problem in classrooms, the reasons why students use their cell phones in classrooms, and a better solution than a zero tolerance policy. First, I would like to discuss why cell phones are so problematic in classrooms today. According to Oxford Learning, there are 4 main reasons why cell phones are problematic. They are a distraction, they can cause cyberbullying, students cheat while they use them, and they have caused lack of face-to-face connection. So they're distracting because when a student has their phone out, they're looking at their phone instead of paying attention, and the students around them are probably looking at their phone as well. They are an issue with cyberbullying because it's a whole different platform for students to use for bullying that isn't as well monitored as schools, and students don't realize that. They are a major concern for cheating because you have endless knowledge right here. It's so tempting for a student just to go on Google and Google the question rather than just trying to recall the information. They also are a concern when it comes to face-to-face communication because we are so busy looking down at our phones and texting and tweeting and going on Snapchat that we kind of forget there's people in the room with us and that we can be social with them. So it's causing long-term effects for students with their communication skills. While all of those are concerning issues, we should focus on why students are using their cell phones in the first place. According to an educational article by National Public Radio, 84% of teenagers had a cell phone in 2019. According to NPR, we live in a smartphone world, which I think all of us can agree on. We all have a smartphone and we do almost everything on our smartphone. So we know they're there and they're not going anywhere. So reasons that students are using them is because they are bored during class, they have a lack of connection during class, they're multitasking, and then they're also using social media, things that we all do. They go on them when they're bored, most likely because they are in a lecture where the teacher isn't being very engaging, which I think we can all say as adults that when we're bored, we're on our phone. It's just something that we just do naturally. So that is a valid reason why students could be on their phones. A lack of connection. If a teacher is talking the whole time, the student doesn't really have a chance to connect for an hour with somebody else. And that could be a reason why they're going on their phone, which is also connected to social media. Social media is just part of the world that we live in, and everybody has a social media account. And that could be a valid reason why students are going on to check their social media. It's important to understand the reasons why students are on their cell phones in class because they help us come up with better solutions than a zero tolerance policy. In a Harvard University article about technology in the classrooms, cell phones can be distractions in the classroom, but they can also be amazing tools in a lesson. Teachers can use cell phones in their lessons to help get the students engaged. And that should be the way that we're going rather than creating a zero tolerance policy because cell phones aren't going anywhere. There's no point in trying to get rid of them when they're always going to be here. That's not solving a problem. Additionally, it's not helping the students self-regulate their use of their cell phone. Taking away the problem isn't letting the students realize, hey, I shouldn't be on my cell phone right now, which is something that everybody has to learn at some point, and just taking away the problem isn't going to solve it. So a better solution would be to allow cell phones in classrooms and find ways to involve them in your lesson, and then also set up guidelines. Like, is a student being distracting with their cell phone? And then define what the distracting thing would be. And if they are, then have them put it away or take it away, rather than if a student just has their phone out, a zero tolerance policy, take it away. Ultimately, I think that that's the best way that we could go about cell phones since they're here to stay, and that it's up to teachers to create better lessons and be more engaging with students too. So I hope that the information I've given you today helps you decide that there is a better solution to a cell phone usage rather than a zero tolerance policy.